Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year, look at you. Use the youth, the money, waste my must have man statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got enough, they got you. Take this spit of money, God, and say that it's not you. One day, the man above end up in my gut up. Too much eating at the kitchen, some fly by like a patu. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% free.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me know me got bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rap and they down in a whatever. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome back. We are back on screen this morning on the Global Television Group. And guess what? We are back over on TikTok. I don't know how long it will be, how it will work, because so we don't really learn how to keep remote how TikTok wants it. So good morning, everyone, to my community of parity and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning and welcome. Good morning to everyone on YouTube, to those on Facebook, as well as on TikTok. Good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Sorry, me did never feel well last night. So that's why I did not come out last night. Beat and Teach RJ, Violet Watson, Norman Ferguson, June from 26, Sharon Bernard, Ebenezer Cody, Echo, Jason Kane, Noreen Robinson, Deb, Sharon Bernard, Godfrey Davis, Bros, The Unstoppable One, Annette Thomas, Marcia Gray, Violet Watson, Lilith Foster. Morning, everyone. Morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning on the Global Television Group. I hope you're all well this morning. Sending out love also to Patricia Matthews. Hope you're doing fine. And you will be much better soon. Veteran, good morning and welcome. Christine Gilbert, good morning. Good morning. Oh, no, do. We see the tangling up of all the people getting awards. Great to be recognized for the job that you have done and services to your country. But them would want better pay. I'm sure them would prefer better pay than the award. So maybe some of the civil servant that the government and the thieving man, the Patrick Allen award, maybe we can think about their pay review also, because that would make them feel more worthwhile for the job they do. Being recognized is one thing, but also being properly remunerated is quite another thing in our system. So, but I want to get back to a point in yesterday's program. Let me start them. Why not award L.A. Lewis? Don't even bother start this morning, veteran car. Come this morning. Come this morning for problem. And you know, hey, Jesus. No, but then again, we're living in a jokey country. Sonia Johnson tapping in from London. I believe North London, Sonia, aren't you? Thank you very much for joining the Global Television Group. Like and share the live for us, please. Like and share the live. But let's get back to the abuse that we saw from the pastor on an elderly church member. Continue watching the video. I've spotted something. I heard it yesterday, but I never saw what happened when one of that woman shout out she had demons. Peter King. When another woman shout out she had demons. Watch the video carefully. We're going to play it again. Watch the video carefully. You will see after the pastor chucked her and she walked away towards the table where she picked up the vase with the water in it. When the pastor tackled her to the ground, that vase fell over her head while she was going down. But another lady, you have to watch carefully from that. From there, another lady picked up something else where it have water and threw at her and said she had demons. We're going to play the video again. Sorry. So watch carefully for yourself.
No, this is disrespect. You don't get nothing either. But come here and say, no, get the half, no collection, nothing.
That's what I tell you, but I don't care. I am not I am not putting. That's how I'm going to chat people. That's why I'm not giving them money. I was gonna give 10,000 to this young person, and I am not giving a dime. I'll go away. You go to hell. I must go to hell. I don't want you to. You can't send me to hell. You are not God.
Demon.
Yes. Because I don't respect you. I don't respect you.
Oh my God.
Please note carefully coming up from here.
Jesus Christ. Lord. Oh my God.
Did you see that? Did you see when the lady threw the water? Did you see when the water was thrown and the lady says, "Demons"? Look carefully.
Yes.
I respect you. I don't respect you.
Oh my God. 911. Jesus Christ. Lord. Oh my God. What is happening? What is happening?
This elderly woman was attacked multiple times for the day by multiple people. Because you heard also in the second video, she was attacked by another young lady as well. It is said, I don't know if there's truth to this argument. It is said that the person who was videoing the altercation was the wife of the fish vendor pastor. That speak loudly. If the wife had done that, and the wife put it out to the general public, could that be a cry for help? Could it be that that wife of the pastor is being thrown up against the wall regular by this violent husband, which if he could see it necessary, pluck it up within him to abuse an elderly grandmother over money, over offering. And me yet for hear if he's in a silver bangle, if he's in hospital, or anywhere else that he could possibly be paying for what he has done. I don't know, we have to talk nice for please TikTok because we don't really understand how it go over here. So we have to talk for please them. Can't know say through him out kind of unfiltered cross here so. And TikTok don't love the unfiltered galangin. So we have to duck and dive through the TikTok galangin this morning. Marcia Gray Donnet, how are you? Christine Gilbert. Good morning, Marcia Essay. Morning and welcome. Now, when a pastor, the pastor of the church is always known to and seen to be the go-to guy whenever you have a problem. The problem-solving guy. The guy who learned to keep his temper and always command peace within and around. Was the same type of person we see abusing an elderly woman. But as you all know, the worst part of the abuse for me was the verbal abuse coming from tantamount to women who were there, and not one of the women came to her aid. What happened next was another young lady went on to attack her in the second video. That's why I don't understand beta and teach how TikTok behaves. So when you use certain words over there and over there be sin and sodomy and everything going over there, but when you talk few word what they not like, then do all start of something with you, and they also have the worst behavior of our social media. So I don't understand how them are go along. So. But let's look at other things in the news. I'm going to call Darrell Vaz. Darrell Vaz. I wonder if Darrell Vaz slept last night. I wonder if Darrell Vaz slept last night, Darrell Vaz, because you must have seen that them a gather around, and everybody are crowd up against the Darrell Vaz. Everybody's coming back for the parish, is it not? Everybody is coming back for Portland, Darrell Vaz. How well did you sleep last night after you saw what happened at the Moortown celebration and all of that yesterday, Darrell Vaz? Where did you sleep last night, Darrell Vaz? How did you sleep? A true the unstoppable one. TikTok just walk on flag. So it's like, me don't know why they don't write the word them send can't give what we use and what we can't use. But a bit up in your mouth, TikTok flag. That's why I not really enjoy broadcasting on TikTok, because you have to duck and dive and swim your way through TikTok words them too much, and me not have the time. Me too unfiltered for them galang in there. But back to Darrell Vaz. How did you sleep last night? And Darrell Vaz, remember said the fool idiot one not reach up there yet, you know. How did you sleep last night? And how much money you plan to borrow to buy the parish, like we know you buy it multiple times, Darrell Vaz? But your pain though, Darrell Vaz, is the threat you see that is coming to East Portland. Because East Portland, Darrell Vaz, is where you're really wanted, is where you're really fear of losing, Darrell Vaz. If you have a choice, Darrell Vaz, I am quite sure if you have a choice, you would prefer lose West Portland. Oh, yes. You would prefer lose West Portland, Darrell Vaz, if you have a choice. The reason? All of the plush and lush beauties is in East Portland. So that's what you really want. That's why if you buy East Portland, give to your deaf's wife. Whenever see and talk in a parliament yet or involved in any debate if it's not to do with a constituency where she can't articulate anything about. When you ever hear anything from Anvaz as an MP or anything meaningful other than when she cry to water, run up and down in a cemetery, take picture? Or run up and down and piss on road and say asphalt, she asphalt it. So Darrell Vaz's problem is really losing East Portland. That is his biggest problem. Because from Darrell Vaz, get rid of Dr. Bloomfield and you know how it go. from him get rid of Dr. Bloomfield and buy the parish, what Darrell Vaz done is buy up a lot of the beach, prime pretty sand land them in a Portland. Darrell Vaz wife go bill office pan parish council land with the intention to run Airbnb or whatever she want use, whatever business she want use if she do. If she never win or when she lose the seat next year, because we know that she's going to lose the seat next year. They're fully aware. They are fully aware that they're going to lose the seat next year. And that's why you see Darrell Vaz a jump up and down and in a all sort of pickle. He might go campaign early. I don't know if nobody have water boat where them want to go join Darrell Vaz in a bush. I walk and search for whatever I want to search for. Remember in Darrell Vaz, a whole heap of crook way you use for win that seat there. When you buy the phone list from Digicel because your friend I work at Digicel and you buy phone list for your Digicel holder and you call them up and you manipulate them and you buy. This time, Darrell Vaz, you've got a real challenger on your hands. A real challenger, Darrell Vaz, that put both constituency at risk. Because you all haven't done, Debbie Jervis, how you do? You all haven't done anything for the people of Portland, east or west, since on the whole on pan Portland. You all haven't done anything. All on the walk and do is promise and tell lie. Just like I don't understand why Andrew Holness a walk and a convince us that the country is doing well when everybody know otherwise. I don't get it. This man is over social media, minute by the minute, every page you turn. Andrew Holness I tell you about some glory where him cannot show you. Him only can tell you about it. Him cannot show you the glory he might tell you about. So, that picture of Darrell Vaz, me know it rub you and it turn you inside out, upside down, because what you have seen, Darrell Vaz, is that the few Bogo Jed will align themselves with you, like the Sizzlers and the Don Stapleton and all them useless Bogo Jeds. They are no match for the influence coming along. So me don't know how you are going to manage. I don't know how you are going to cope. Because that's why you ask for leave of absence. Figure campaign early. Do you think it's going to make any difference? When the people are fed up with them road, them water, no investment in the parish. The only thing Darrell Vaz is there to do is to crave the people's prime land and to create destruction in East and West Portland. Because you all haven't done anything. You all have not done anything. And that's why una worry this time, because una sisse buying is not really going to work this time. It's not going to work, Darrell Vaz. PJ Patterson, why this man though going into retirement and enjoy the money when thief from Jamaica? Enjoy the major pension where you set up for you and your future Prime Minister friend, them PJ Patterson. Go on, when you have the time, PJ Patterson, to do all of the things them where you run out and talk about, you never done them. You were pocketing the country. You were selling out the country. You were handing over the country to Area Master from the East, Darrell Vaz, PJ Patterson. PJ Patterson call for, you know, they have this STEM thing, but PJ Patterson add something into it and call it now STEAM or PJ or the whole of them or whoever make it up. Because you know it used to be the STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now it's gone to STEAM because art has been thrown into the mix as well. But my problem with people like PJ them, the easy jerk well, wagwan bro. My problem with people like PJ them, who has done very little and only come out now and run up in mouth for somebody who was there for so long, who had the opportunity to make some of the changes them what PJ talk about now, all in education, PJ Patterson. You need to shut up and go, because the way you wake up and come back with the knives, I don't see what sense it make. When you had the opportunity, PJ, those weren't your concern. Were you implementing what the IMF and the World Bank want you to implement? Make you never see say Jamaica education was important at the time? You had the best chance, PJ Patterson, when it comes to implementing or changing a national curriculum. The national curriculum that you are calling for now, PJ, but we're not calling for curriculum of teaching national identity. But what about teaching us real history, our history, Black people history, African history? I'm yet to hear on a call for them something there. Given that on a celebrate on a Heroes Day just yesterday on both you and Andrew Holness and Mark Golden as them waddle and taddle as to a particular issue which we will get to in a few. But PJ Patterson, who had so much time to implement certain things, and PJ never do it. But from what the PJ come out at our constitution, PJ one of our longest serving prime minister who never see it necessary if it push where my push now the education curriculum transformation where PJ are talk about now. Where were you, PJ, and what have you done then? This man just come out every minute and run him out and think because he's a former prime minister, the people must listen to him. A former prime minister that didn't carry out Michael Manley's template after him hand over to your PJ Patterson. When you took over from Michael Manley, PJ Patterson, that was the death of the socialist agenda that Michael Manley was pushing. So I don't know, every day you get up and you come out and you talk. PJ, we know you stole a lot from us. We know you gave away a lot of our country to your friends, PJ. We know you sticked us up and order millions from us in pension before you go, PJ. So when you come back and chat for go on off in the sunshine, you hear Portia Simpson out there talk whether she can talk or not. Go on off, PJ. You've stitched us up. You've get enough out of us. I don't see why you come back every day with the lay, la. Nobody listening to you. Everard Warminson said Bruce Golden was a failed prime minister. You was a failure of a socialist agenda, PJ Patterson. Because you really didn't do much. You sold. You give away. And you gave private investors more power. You gave the state of China more power than us. So don't come back every day with the lay, la, 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 PJ Patterson. We're not really listening to you. Go on with the money where you owe with and take. Go on, PJ, with the money where you hold with down and take from we. I mean, you have taken a lot of it. Go on, PJ. Haven't you had enough? Let's move on to the next story. All right. This is the Waddle Twaddle with Mark Golden and Andrew Holness. Now, Mark Golden is of the view that the honor of national hero ought to be bestowed on Bob Marley. But Andrew Holness is coming up with a different form of kerfuffle, where he's creating an order of national icon. And it's within that slot that Andrew Holness would want to honor people like Bob Marley and Miss Lou in the Order of National Icons Award. I just think Andrew like to create a lot of bull crap. They say Andrew do this and Andrew do that. People like Miss Lou and Bob Marley deserve Heroes Award based on how them evolve with culture. But let me ask you something on the other side. Why every day the old and get up and talk what they come to with music? How Bob Marley music revolutionized with culture and educate we and inform we. Why all the while I just Bob Marley not talk about? What about Peter Tosh? We're not going like Peter Tosh. Bob Marley was any better than Peter Tosh. Bob Marley was probably because he was the sellout of the group. That's why Bob Marley got so far, because he's willing to play old master's game, and Peter Tosh was too radical. But why all the while on the talk about national hero no go on like a Bob Marley alone? You think Bob Marley is greater than Peter Tosh? Listen to some of the music where Bob Marley and Peter Tosh sing the same. If there's not a more revolutionary spirit in Peter Tosh music than in Bob Marley music. You think Bob Marley was different to any sellout of today, just like him picking them? The old one get up all the while and talk about Bob Marley like Peter Tosh is to be underplayed. Peter Tosh is a hero in his own right, because one thing the system couldn't do is break him, bought him, or sold him, Bob Marley, and one of friends them. But me just think Andrew coming up with a new national bullcrap, as always, is what Andrew Holness does. Let's take a quick break and we will return shortly.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to cry. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the little rat you. Use the youth, them on them waste, must a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, gal and say that is not you. One day the man above me, look him, I got a bet. But it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% praise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption peace.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't.
Right, thank you very much and welcome back to the your program, the At a Glance program on your station, the Global Television Group. So, as I said, I don't think the new Icon Award with Andrew coming up with make any sense because I don't see it. I don't see it because you already award people who you see as icons already, such as Marcia Griffiths, Nadine Sutherland, Beanie Man, and Bounty Killer, who receive them honor and so on. So, who is going to be in that icon award category? Because outside of Louis Cloverly, Robert Nesta, I would throw in Muta Baruka. Who else would you throw in the Icon Award in this new category you are creating? So I don't think it makes sense. It's just one of Andrew other crap where Angela 4849 Wagwan. Colin Allen. It's just on Andrew other crap where Andrew regularly come up with Johnny H. How are you? Shauna Smith. Cousin Marina, Wagwan, morning, Ronald B, morning. Morning to those who have joined. And morning to those on TikTok. Thank you for joining us. While you are coming through, you can stay a bit and listen to what's going on over here and see if this is a place where you would like to be and get involved. Michael Nipper. Yes, I would probably throw Garnet Silk into that as well. But I don't think the new category is necessary because other than Miss Lou and Bob Marley, I don't see who else you could really push up into a national hero status as we currently stand. All the other people, the awards they've been getting for this time is, trust me, Jamrock. Peter Tasha, icon, Bob Marley is a sellout, just like you say Bob Marley picking them is a sellout to the day. So I'm never one that was I love Bob Marley music, I respect Bob Marley, but I'm a Peter Tosh fan. Peter, I may like the Rebels, them. I like the Rebels. That's why I love Mugabe. I like Rebels. So let's move on to the next topic. And I want to talk to the people within the service industry, because the whole country has become a service industry, because say them top develop for we and everything them are developed for tourism. So those of you at the Royalton, in Negril and Hanover who are staging protests, what una need to do? Una may not have a union, but social media can become a union. Let me explain how you use social media as a union tool. What you can use social media to do is to lobby all the different group of workers that work in different hotels across the country. When you're staging protests like this, you don't cripple one or two hotels, cripple the entire industry. This is how you will get a good response and a meaningful response from the tourism sector. And the Ministry of Labor, who is responsible for pay and unemployment rights and benefits. But when fight in a little different packs here, little different packs there, they take not much note of you. use social media, Norman Ferguson, Monica Hawthorne, use social media, Carlos Gray, as a tool to come together and communicate. Even though you don't have no union, use social media as your union. So if we don't have a disgruntled move against an employer, we come together as a group of workers across the country. Cripple all the industries at the same time. Make sure every hotel services are crippled. Or on a must stage walkout island wide. When those of your employers and the government see that you, the people, come together as one, as a group, to deal with a particular issue, I guarantee you, you will get a more concerned response from those who you're seeking a response from, rather than them just wait for you to feel the pinch of the wants and the want to keep your job, and then it all fizzles away. Ladybug, what you all need to do is make sure when you take on the government, together. Taking on just one hotelier, it's not enough. It is not enough. You must want to change. Beat and Teach, I want them to even take it wider. I want it to be an island-wide campaign against bad employers. The people of Jamaica need to make it an island-wide campaign against these employers in the private sector who just the other day come and tell we say, look here, we can't make una have 2 holidays in August, 5 days apart. We need to cram it together, irrespective of our culture and our history. We don't really give 2 kafenkes about that. We are more concerned about how much honor the slave can make we. And we have to go on a holiday upon the 1st, and then we turn around, we go on a holiday upon the 6th. That has slowed down production. That has slowed down production. So we have to go find a way of cramming the 2 day in a one over a weekend period so that productivity can go up for we and we get on a back of work early and quick enough. I don't know if you understand that this is what the private sector is saying to you, the people. We not take up too much of our money and with time. We can't afford to not have 2 holidays 5-6 days apart, and then it costs we money and it slow down with production. We can't deal with that, said the private sector. So you people in this industry, because don't forget, say, the money in the tourism sector don't benefit Jamaica. Why it does not? The people that will own the hotel, them are foreign people. All of them money go back into them foreign country or into them offshore country. Jamaicans now get no big pay in the industry because the top tier of the boardroom are still old master picking them from foreign. So the money we are paid to Jamaicans are way down pan the menial scale bit. So it really doesn't benefit the country as much as you hear them talk about tourists this and tourists that. Especially since you see them lock up the tourists them within the all-inclusive and prevent them from traversing over the island and spend their money more broadly across the island. So the little money we bed spreading and food sharing and bar working and kitchen work, and most of them work the Jamaicans get out of the hotel industry. When it comes to the big salary, Jamaicans at home are not getting the big salary out of the hotel industry. It's still going back to Airy Master and his children, and it's moving out of the country. So we must learn to fight as a crowd. You can't fight 1-1. Take on the government as a crowd. That confuse it. When a crowd of you approach, them confuse. When a half dozen of you, them can count you and pick you off 1-1. When them see a crowd of you, them know what is coming to them. So you cannot continue to fight this battle for employment rights against the system, whether the government or the private sector, and we're not coming together. We have to come together to take on the government, because see them have more plans for Portmore, which is all about using us Jamaicans to service tourists. Them not develop Jamaica for benefit us. They're developing up Jamaica for it to benefit tourists and those international investors who them money now stay in Jamaica, who them money not developing Jamaica. It's not. That's why Jamaica, we only tell ourselves say the tourism sector benefit we, and we hell bent and turn away from investing and improving in other sectors of the economy, such as agriculture, which we're killing by the day. We're killing agriculture by the day, and then we're boost foreign investment for new nonsense. So, Mr. Himia said, he might go turn back road into a Las Vegas style galangin. Now create an entertainment hub, business and shopping and galangin. All is it them are going to Jamaica is them are going to normalize and officialize back road as a hit strip for tourists. Because everything them are talk about attracting tourists. When hurricane come and tourists can come, always survive. When the crime escalate in Jamaica, what we can't control, and America and Europe put out warning, say, stay far from the hooligan them, because them a kill off one another, and them don't have hospital down the Ficano when they kill you. So therefore, sorry TikTok, when they unalive when they unalive they don't have hospital for care agency how you do Keith Matthews. They don't have hospital for care when them unalive and them unalive themselves at a national speed. How does our tourist economy, wanna build for tourists, for attract tourist dollars? How does that benefit the people of Jamaica? Because all the people of Jamaica are get out of this tourist economy is slave labor dollars. A slave labor dollars. Otherwise, Jamaicans wouldn't left go Trinidad and Barbados a spread bed for better money. Them wouldn't left go so far, go cross water, a spread bed for more money when them couldn't stay at Jamaica on a spread bed. Thank you, the unstoppable one. So it's time for Jamaican politicians, left and right, develop our economy, go develop a sustainable economy, one that create jobs, meaningful jobs, not menial wages jobs, not the salon slave industry job as Abraham Curie has it. Because those are the type of jobs that our economy creates in the tourism sector. It no create no job where Jamaicans really make money out of it. That's all them I do, Johnny H. They're turning back road into a hit strip, a red light district. Them just turn it into a proper red light district for them tourism, given that them are going to implement them somewhat regulation and all of that. So them have to prepare all the kofenkes, the anansi fancies and everything to make sure when them foreign tourists were coming to enjoy themselves, pleasure themselves, or abuse people, them will make sure them set it for them. Them not set the economy fee grow for us. That's why them not develop with agriculture. That's why them allow agriculture to die. That's why they're allowing agriculture to suffer. Because they're not concerned about creating meaningful job that will develop the economy. The business owners in the along that strip are saying it has tourism potentials. But what about our fisheries wanna destroy? Our fisheries and our agriculture? The church is arguing that all them are going to do is legalize and nationalize back road into their red light district. That is what the church is arguing. My problem is not even about the red light district, because we have go right across the island, and if we want to have that industry properly built and regulated, fine. But everything they are pushing is about tourism. We want Jamaica to develop where Jamaica is producing and creating jobs. Everything about tourists goes back out of the country because the hoteliers are all foreign investors. Most of the people in the boardroom are still Air Masters' children. So the big salaries are not paid in Jamaica, EM. The big salaries are not paid to Jamaicans. We get the very little meager salaries. And that's why the tourism sector don't really benefit Jamaicans at all, because see them a call for, what this mean? Hold on, my people. Me don't understand TikTok. Please try again. Me don't understand TikTok. Me say TikTok send me one symbol where me fit draw fit in a one another. Me don't understand how over TikTok work. Me not tell no lie. I just galang me a galang. TikTok for me is just red button, green button, live and live. That's all me understand over and how to talk. And true, you know, the TikTok I teach you how to talk. Turn off TikTok. Me I go and see about half dozen people over TikTok. Me can go and me just monitor how it a go on over there. But yes, let us continue. My people, there is a video of this mass shooting in Rockford yesterday. It can't show outer road, yeah, my people. But isn't it crazy that we've been having so much mass shootings? People are being unalived left, right, and center across the country. But yet still the government hold we down, take a long spoon on a daily basis and push it down with throat. Order us to swallow it. That crime is down. I don't get it. Me don't understand what it means at all. Because the government continue to tell we crime is down. But when you look at what's coming out across the media, it is not true. There's so much mass tragedies in the recent few months from Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon come down to last night. There are so much of these incidents. But the government say crime is going down right across the country. Every day the Prime Minister grab a police chief and draw him under the camera and say, Chief, how it look down here, how it look down here. And Chief say, hi, Prime Minister, crime down, but how much percent, you know? I mean, we're not seeing it. Can you not see what is happening across the country? I mean, massaging the figures in a social media age where everything happen outer road there, so it come on camera. Somebody capture it because everybody walk with them phone to capture everything these days. So in the era where JBC, RGR and the whole of them broke down and work again and we out here I do the job. Oh, you go come tell we near Bren that crime is down, Wayne Evans. So you know, my friend, long time. Oh, you come tell we say crime is done. Lord Jesus, so Wayne Evans said, now Wayne this look like mix up. The crime is done in Parliament because they can't decide before. Wayne, me not the mix up, you know. Me not the mix up with you know Wayne Evans. So yes, the crime is done in Parliament because them can't steal like them can before. But don't you see the Wayne Evans that the Prime Minister is at the doorway of the court? A wall of the hold on pan him stolen goods them. A wall of not tell nobody which part him get him stolen goods them from. Don't you see the Prime Minister at the court doorway wallering? Wallering. But I'm telling you, my people, the video of this incident in Rockford is disgraceful to look at. It is disgraceful to look at what is happening in our country. What is happening in our country? Oh my days. Look here. We don't call Everard Warmington, Nigel, the Jamaica Labour Party, and the Gleaner. The Gleaner is of the viewpoint that Nigel Clark enabled Everard Warmington. You know that rant, and we're going to play Tanisha Elliott's bits and pieces of it for you. You remember Everard Warmington hissed fit Raymond G about the Integrity Commission and audit, and you have never seen one, and they've never done one, and how it is done, and then they were embarrassed by Justice Panton, who said, why you don't go pick up a book and read? We can't get up every day making laws for us to follow. And then you all don't understand the laws you make. We can't even read. If you write the laws and a bulla or politicians could not read them, because in this whole integrity and the government debacle, we are learning that our politicians who make laws for us don't even know what they're making. And even go back further to this debacle. The new Road Traffic Act point that out when Andrew Holness said 12-year-old figure in a baby seat and strapping in a baby seat. I mean, Prime Minister, in which country? In which country, Prime Minister? I dare you to challenge my unlimited ability. No, talk it truth, Andrew Holness. In which country would you see a 12-year-old in a baby seat or a 9-year-old in a baby seat? Andrew Holness. This show you say Anansi is assisting our government to write laws, because if you have to write a law and when you get a road and we inspect it and say, box the cover, where this then jumble up, where them tipping an ink and crawl out to the left about over here. Because this is how all laws are made. Step in an ink and crawl out to the left like crab, and then nobody don't understand what has happened. We saw Nigel Clark came to the parliament with a budget. Nigel Clark asked us, give me 5 minutes to dot the I's and cross the T. And then Nigel Clark came back to parliament, and Nigel Clark and he fumbled and he doubled. And we later found out it wasn't done correctly. We have to do it. We have to fix it up. We have to patch it up. Because what we did was just mess the thing up. The more you listen to them, you understand. So the reach and spark, and the money for reach and spark where Andrew get up and walk and promise about and I tell you about from last year, it's kind of not a true. Andrew just make it up and tell you about reach and spark. But if you listen to Nigel Clark, them are going on money for the future for fund spark, and then them might tell you how the economy is doing well. We can take out of our pocket to recover. We don't have to borrow. Where they give money there? Where they donate it? Where they free money? When they never going on a pocket, where is the free money? But this is the nonsense. So me not agree with the Gleaner. Nigel Clark is not enabling Everard Warmington. And why I said that is because half of the time Nigel Clark speak to us as a nation, he's telling lies. The other half of the time Nigel Clark speak, Nigel Clark is quite unsure of what he's speaking about. It just shows if you sit down and watch Nigel Clark. But let's move into Nigel Clark and Everard Warmington.
Audit services.
Hold on, I need to take it back a bit.
I would, in the interest of time, I would skip the need for a statement and just go into questions, and we could deal with them. What I think you're getting at is deal with the questions heading by heading. Yes.
To general questions. We get to work quickly.
I yield to the members. If
Yeah,
that's what the
it's
members
better
want.
just ask general questions
Chairman,
and conclude.
All right, okay, fair enough.
So,
Chairman,
so
before we go into general questions, would you permit a comment? Of course, it is allowed. It is allowed. Chairman, the question of the securitization of assets as a revenue measure is being questioned. No. Just to say that...
Hey, Bislow,
Okay,
stop looking...
Peter and teacher, I'll probably do that in tonight's program. Watch Don Smalley in Malahoo Fort. Can't wait for I start my case when East Portland and come take where either you're a Delroy Chuck job. Because dunce like bat. Dunce this reign among this JLP government. You can't want dunce than Marley in Malahoo Fort. If you ask Marley in Malahoo Fort, which is your left hand or your right hand, she's confused as to which is which. But them soon, Edward Warmington and Nigel soon start them confusion.
Member from St. Catherine, Southwestern, are you through?
I asked if we're going to do with the thing generally, and I understand yes. So I have questions on three headings. One, the Auditor General's Department, in the and Integrity Commission. The issue is that I noticed where they're giving the Auditor General another $88 million. And it says here 22 million, 22.5 million for direction and administration, 65.9 million for administration of external audit services. We've come to 88.5 million. Wasn't the department aware at the outset in the budget we passed in March that they're going to need these items? And secondly, what extra external audit there is for extra expenses? I know that the Auditor General herself travel abroad to do these audits. I know the local staff, the staff in the Auditor General Department,
TikTok, can you hear the audio that's been
auditing,
played?
but she takes on herself to do overseas expenses as such. Is it she going to get additional upgrade for flying and hotel and so on? Because she do the external one. What are these expenses for, additional expenses for the Auditor General Department? Was she aware before that you're going to need these in the original budget?
So thank you, member.
It's me. I'm not a boy, but it is me. I'm not a boy either.
No.
Ask pertinent questions that you want to see on the road.
Yeah, no, thank you for the question because it allows opportunity for clarification. It's a reasonable question. What has happened, member, is that, remember, we have had a restructuring of compensation over 3 years. So what we have done as we've implemented it year by year is that at the beginning of each year, if you go and look at the budget that was tabled in March 2024, we have a provision that's just a general provision for the entire year across the public service. This year, the provision was, a big number. And then during the course of the year, the ministries, departments, and agencies are able to calculate the exact amounts that are due. Remember, in a restructuring, it's not as if this was just a salary increase. What we have are every individual in the public service is moving in 3 steps.
Continue to tap the screen over on TikTok, please.
23, 24. And so you don't know it all in advance. So you make a provision that's kept at the Ministry of Finance, the ministries, departments, and agencies, including the Integrity Commission, the Auditor General, but also Ministry of Education and Ministry of Transport, all ministries, departments, and agencies, make those calculations, submit them to the Ministry of Finance, they're vetted and approved, and then what happens in this supplementary is that there is a movement from the general provision that was made at the start of the year to the 100 and odd ministries, departments, and agencies. And so what you see here is representative of that. Yeah.
Of the three. The issue is, I relate to auditing of the Auditor General's Department. Over the years, I've asked under Omar Davis as minister, Peter Phillips as minister, Ollie Shaw as minister, and I've asked you also. But I must commend you of all the 4 or 5 ministers of finance. You are the first one to have ever had the Department of Auditor General Department audited and presented to this Parliament. I think we have 2 years audit now due. So can you tell us whether those are on the way? The Minister of Finance is supposed to be auditing that department. Where are we? When are we going to see the audit the last 2 years for the Auditor General Department? Huh?
Congrats on registering.
What year are you speaking about? Yeah, so
Just a minute. Your financial secretary can ask you to ask me what year. You know the year that you'll table it here.
Yeah.
So she should know the years that are outstanding.
Okay,
She can ask me.
so I'm glad that you began with a recognition of the fact that
you worked and the time got it here.
this administration is the first to, as you have pointed out, to deliver on this responsibility. My information, member, is that what you term as the outstanding year, and I'll correct this if I'm mistaken, but what you determine as the outstanding year is already en route to Parliament. And that is, the outstanding would be 22-23, right? 23-24, we're not yet. But 22-23 is on its way to Parliament, or it might actually be here already.
That's the question I asked. You give the answer.
Yeah.
That they're on the way. That's why I asked where we are with those.
Yes.
But not to ask me which.
We hear how Mama Lashia bad up Nigel Clark. So Nigel Clark will go away.
Mr. Chairman.
Member.
I'm going to
please
the third. I'm leaving the
focus
second.
on the questions that you're asking.
I've been focusing on it. Maybe you're not hearing me. You stop clap. Because I'm going to interview commission now, and they come after you. Unjustly. So let me ask me questions. All right. The interim commission, I see you giving them almost the next $1 billion here. It's raised from
if one can understand every woman
1.8 billion to over $2 billion.
What number is it again?
You're giving them $193.3 million in addition. Okay? Direction and management, you have 1.3 million. Financial management and accounting services, 3.6.
Continue topping
Human
up the screen
resources, that is the increase in salary that you talk about, reclassification, 59.2. Administration of internal audit, 939,000. The issue is, we haven't seen an audit of that department table in this house, but they're spending taxpayers' money. What I need to know, who is responsible for auditing that department to present the report here? The issue is, the Auditor General cannot do it because she's illegally sitting on that as a commissioner, as against what the Constitution provides for. So who is going to provide the audit for that department? When are we going to see?
Let me stop and answer Everard Warmington here. The Auditor General, Everard Warmington, cannot be sitting on the commission unlawfully because the Integrity Act, Everard Warmington, I understand that you do not understand it. But what the Integrity Commission Act did, Everard Warmington, is merge, you know that word? Merge a few existing body together, such as the Auditor General, the Parliament Integrity Commission, the Contractor General, and all of these body who were doing that type of investigation comes under one body called the Integrity Commission. So even when the Auditor General, let me speak slowly so you can understand. even when the Auditor General is working in the Auditor General's capacity, the Auditor General is still working, Everett Warmington, within the ambit of the Integrity Commission as the Act permits. Everything shows that una don't understand nothing what una do and talk about. So how Miss Ellis I go sit down upon the commission and lawfully Everard Warmington when the Integrity Commission group all of these people together, Everard Warmington, to become the commissioners of the Integrity Commission? Are you saying when Andrew Holness and the JLP government was putting Miss Ellis on the commission, Andrew violated the law? Then Everard Warmington, where were you? Anyway, make we get on to the kerfuffle, but just asking Everard Warmington, where were you when Andrew was putting Miss Ellis and the commission unconstitutionally? Come tell with that. Now that you know Miss Ellis is there unconstitutionally. Not Paula we are talking about, you know, Everard. When we are talking about unconstitutional Tande, we're not talking about Paula right now, who the court, mind you, Everard Warmington. So she's but a grass straw. She never existed after September 2023. So you're lying or you're confused there when you say Miss Ellis is on the commission, because Miss Ellis is the Auditor General. Miss Ellis is the Auditor General. So are you saying to us that Andrew violated when he placed Miss Monroe Ellis on the commission? You need to come back and clear that up. You can't leave we in a confusion like this, Everard Warmington.
Audit for that department over the years. And secondly, this amount you have here of 193 million, does it include any part of the employment of overseas forensic auditor to look into accounts here? And if so, how much of this is going towards paying overseas forensic auditors to look in people's returns? And secondly, before I go any further,
any amount they want
in that you are dealing with the department in acquiring the services of the overseas forensic auditor,
We want to know.
what procurement method was used?
Yes.
Was there any procurement method, or it was just employed as a friend from overseas? Are you able to answer this question, Mr. Minister?
Member, member, with the greatest of respect, I think you have the wrong meeting. There was a meeting earlier this morning, the oversight meeting. Were you not there?
In the funds, you are providing funds for them, so they must justify to you why they're asking for this.
Right. So, member, under our arrangements to preserve the independence of the Integrity Commission, funds are provided on a line item basis. And it's within the powers of the Integrity Commission to use the funds that are provided by the government and taxpayers of the country in ways that are consistent with their mandate. To the extent that you have a question on how they have chosen to use those funds, I would humbly submit that that question is better directed to the Integrity Commission.
What about the question about audit of the department presented to being laid in the House?
The best information I have is that the Integrity Commission would be audited by a private and independent auditor.
Already been acquired?
No, as I said, we provide line item resources.
No. The auditing, you were told that independent auditor will be doing it.
Right,
So
no.
my asking is, have you already acquired the service of a particular independent auditor?
No. So
Hey, want to know how I was able to catch?
Have you already acquired the service of a particular independent auditor?
No. Remember, again, that's a question that is better directed to the commissions of the Integrity Commission. We provide a line item. We provide a line item of expenditure to the Integrity Commission, and they decide how to use those funds, and they are accountable to the Parliament through the Oversight Committee. So to the extent that you want to hold them accountable, I'd suggest that you use the proper organs to do so. Yeah.
Thank you, Minister, for the answer. But we need to make it clear that you are the Minister.
Of Finance.
Not across there. You won't see that chair. Somebody clap over there when me talk. I'm saying, Minister, I expect that the audit, we get an audit report of that department before the next financial year, before next budget comes here. There's no way we're going to approve another $2 billion for a department that has not been audited for years. Okay? So I expect that the audit be laid here before March next year, because we're not going to allow it to pass through here. If I'm the only person to stand and say, no, I'm going to do it. But there must be an audit at that department.
Remember, I don't think any reasonable person can object to your requirement. These are public funds, and I have no reason to expect that that's a difficult proposition.
Now, why I said Nigel Clark is not enabling Everard Warmington. If you listen to Nigel Clark's answer to Everard Warmington, he's quite unsure of what he's talking about. And did you know that when Everard Warmington was twisting and turning and asking all these so-called difficult questions last Tuesday, there are 6 audit reports, 6 or 5 audit reports of the Integrity Commission that has been tabled in our Parliament annually. Neither Nigel Clark or Everard Warmington, particularly Nigel Clark, which is the finance minister of the country, was not aware that there were audits from the Integrity Commission with regards to the Integrity Commission spending, that they have not even bothered to read. The clerk of the House is quite unaware as well. If Justice Stanton had not come out and correct them to say the very question you're asking, and this is why more and more Justice Stanton is convinced that our politicians are ballpoint dunce. Them can't read. They're not reading. When the civil service does, what you all need to understand, most of these laws are written by people by a lot of these civil lawyers within the civil service. So when these people write these things and them carry them to Parliament to debate, our leaders or our lawmakers only tend to look at the little piece where them a debate pan. But they have not read legislations or report line by line. This is why you see this confusion exists with the government and the Integrity Commission, because the government does not know how the law operates that they've put in place to guide the Integrity Commission. the government rather go off on a limb with a constant attack on the Integrity Commission, while at the same time they're attacking the media. And then on the other hand, they're telling you that they have respect for free speech and freedom of expression, and they respect democracy, and they uphold the rule of law. These are all nice and dandy, fancy arguments that these people bring in front of us all the time. Just like when you say Andrew Holness, I run around on his social media, I cut ribbon, and I walk and tell lie, me saying go per center mass with one whole heap of lie where they, and the Prime Minister is building up the lies to conference, because I watched him with the same thing last October. The Prime Minister was just cascading around the place, building up his lies for the conference. It is one of the reasons also why the Prime Minister is hell-bent on convincing us that crime is down. Nigel Clark is leaving in a matter of days. Me and to ask Andrew Holness, PMP, Mark Golden, Julian Robinson, and all of the dumb spokespersons over PNP. Because me notice, them new fleet of PNP don't understand what it means to be a spokesperson. Because they certainly haven't been doing their job. If them call themselves spokesperson, me not see what them speak about. Julian Robinson, come here. This is your area. Nigel Clark is going in a matter of days. Julian Robinson. Nigel Clark, Janet Grayson, how are you? Nigel Clark is going in a matter of days. You mean say PNP and Julian Robinson have no interest in knowing who is going to replace Nigel Clark, one of the biggest job in our country, the country's finance minister, the country's purse? No, here Julian or Mark Golden or any one of them, I put pressure upon Andrew Holness to name a minister of finance, even himself. What we know, say I'm going to name when Nigel stepped down. But this is a very important issue, is a very important post in our country's governance structure. The Minister of Finance, a good hands on the economy, a good hands on our purse. And we don't know who will be taking over from Nigel Clark days before Nigel Clark leaves. Why is the PNP not asking who will be replacing Nigel Clark? Why don't they want to know what hands the economy is in? Nigel Clark is going. It is said, and it was said, and it's been rammed down our throat, that Nigel Clark is the sliced bread finance minister. We're never going to have anything as good as Nigel Clark, even though Nigel Clark can manage to deliver a budget. Even though Nigel Clark cannot manage to deliver a budget, which him don't have to go back, go walk and correct. We are being told, we are not being told who will be Nigel Clark replacement. Even if Andrew Holness are going to take over the portfolio, we want to know. The country deserves to know who will be handling and commanding our economy. If Andrew Holness and Alak are going to do it, we want to know. If Matthew Samoda and Alak are going to do it, we want to know. But the most important job in our country after the Prime Minister, it's still up in the air where what you would expect is for a safe pair of hands. That job is to be given in to a safe pair of hands. Andrew Holness' hand is not a safe pair of hands. Andrew Holness' hands is not a safe pair of hands on our economy. It is just not. Look at what Andrew Holness is being referred to investigation for. Corruption, illicit enrichment, financial embezzlement, tax evasion, and all sorts. That's not a safe pair of hands to take over the finance regime of our country after the Prime Minister is doubtful when it comes to money. The Prime Minister can't tell we how him get for him money. Him can't justify how him get him money. How do we trust somebody like that to run our economy? The Prime Minister is busy running three companies. The Prime Minister is also doing his full-time studies. Or the Prime Minister forgot take on Ministry of Finance when the Prime Minister overrun by jobs, whether be in his private capacity or in the public capacity that we have employed him to be in. How is it fair that Andrew Holness becomes our finance minister in one of the biggest debacle over TikTok on the top of the live? Me quarrel, not because I'm not used to me. Me quarrel. And on a YouTube one, don't make me even start pound out today. Hit the like button. Don't make me start pound on today. Hit the like button, please. Tap up the like button. I wanna go on with. I wanna want problem. Just talk if a problem on I want. Come here with cuss on, you know. Oh, so hit the like button, man. Tap up the like button. I don't know how it work over TikTok, found over there. On a due diligence. Don't make me have to go off the angles span like how me go off the angles span them mean one over here over YouTube. Them one here with them finger glue to them side where them can't even afford 146 or 150 on the pound producer win and less than 100 hit the like button. How not tan bad, so? How not so unsupportive? And if me left your angle look cleaning job do. When I say boy a long time, I not say producer win, but are you supporting producer win when producer win out here? We require you to support the program. Not gonna work without support. And if you don't think me I do something good, if you don't think me I do something beneficial, support it. Don't just sit down and tear in my eyes. So do I look like a supermodel or something to look at? I certainly am sure that I fall very, very far from the category of something that you would want to look at. So me know some of the if you listen and learn because not there if you look pan. So come on, man. Hit the like button and make we get on good and not bother with the bad living and all of them something that the bad living don't work on. No, me don't like the bad living, but all the while wanna provoke me to go off on a tangent. There may be a glare in my camera. Yes, because the sun. I wish but the sun I hit my camera from. Hold on there. No, brother. Oh yes, sir. I'm not know which one of the window the sun are pitching from. But glorious sunshine still in a faring. So you stay there. Glorious sunshine still there, even though it no warm like what we did have weather. Sun still a shine out a door we make because if you understand the England psychology, we have an illness over here with that starts to kick in this time of the year, which is called SAD, SAD, seasonal affected disorder. So it is the time of year where we get droopy, and we leave them drop off and we go into that hibernation and depressing stage. Yes, if you never lived in England before. That's how it is from October to March, April. We are in that hibernated stage where we just go for work to home. So I think the People's National Party ought to be putting pressure on Andrew Holness to name the finance minister, even if it's Andrew Holness. Make we start ball and roll from early and start balls and murder, look how the country mash up, because if him thief so much when I never him a hold the purse, imagine when him get him hand on the purse. If him stay so now and him don't get his hand on the purse, how when Andrew Holness becomes the Minister of Finance for Jamaica? At them time that Andrew Holness will go walk and make big $1 billion promise. Like how him walk and tell we, say him go give we $40 billion for fix road, and him go in at the spark, and him go give we one how much $1 billion for fix it in the reach, and all now none can come. Neither spark nor reach can come, but we've been promised. Sandra Ellis, Tanisha Ellis, how no do? Ransford McLean, Sweeney, everybody that has joined. Thank you all. Good evening and welcome, Christopher, everybody. So we don't know how the People's National Party is not concerned a bit about which thief, about which one of the thief them from over JLP. Lachlan, how are you? Is going to come in as the new Patacat, because it's a Patacat society I run in our budget, Lurleen Casanova. Grace Linton, Wagwan. Who else joined? Joan Bailey. Morning. Good afternoon. Marshall Litch. More. But then again, Naya Bren, if Nigel Clark, which was sliced bread, has done so terribly with our economy, if Nigel the sliced bread can manage to pay millions for empty building, to keep Duppy, Cobweb, Anansi, Ratbat, imagine what Andrew would do. Imagine what Andrew is going to do if Nigel, who's the sliced bread, could have done so badly. Ask yourself, what on earth is going to happen to our economy if the job hawk that Andrew Holness is grabbing another portfolio for himself? One which the Prime Minister don't understand, one which the Prime Minister don't qualify to be, but as a dictatorship run, only if Jamaicans could understand that they are in full-fledged dictatorship. A big-time dictatorship a gone in a Jamaica. And a normal thing. Anytime you see one prime minister or leader can grab up so many positions for himself, anytime you see a prime minister or a leader start to cut off offices and agencies of accountability, you know where you are going. And we have seen this government done much of it by taking control of the Electoral Commission, by destructing the office of the political ombudsman, raiding over our constitution to keep a deadbeat DPP there who the court said is there unconstitutional. Andrew Holness is just too much. Too much. And if you don't notice, when the Prime Minister walk Obia in a broad daylight, because no hear when Dan Kerry come admit what he said for him, Mama is a Obia walker. I remember Dan Kerry and Everard, Dan Kerry and what the boy name from Upper St. Thomas, the one with the holy power fire, the criminal one. James Robertson. James Robertson and boy, they always get off of them crime. And then we see Nigel Rydell Rowe put Audley Shaw in a mother bath pan and bath him down where they because a be over walking a go on in the JLP. This JLP will align themselves with a religious criminal. Rydell Rowe is a scammer. Rydell Rowe is a closeted gay. Rydell Rowe is a gunman. Rydell Rowe is a robber. Ask Rydell when you see Rydell. I know me, I make it up. It's just what Rydell is. But that's what Andrew Holness loves, and that's what Audley Shaw loves. Because them love Obia. Bunch of cults, that's all they are. When it comes to it a bit violence or Obia or dunceness, Labour just have a cultish mentality. But God help our country. Beat and teach, the Ralston Hyman thingy. What do you want me to do? Do it as Drive Time London or tonight's program? Which do you prefer? Let me know. Which do you prefer? Can you imagine what could have happened to our money if Kanjo was the CEO of Bank of Jamaica? Bank of Jamaica would have shut down a long time because they would have run out of money. Okay, Christine Gilbert has said tonight. Bank of Jamaica would have shut down if Andrew Holness was running it. All right, the Ralston Hyman thing, we're going to do it on the people's point of view tonight because the word must go there. Because see how much money then take up for the FinSac and them get up every day and tell we FinSac this, pay this with FinSac, pay, and now we're learning. Now we're learning that the people, the Jamaica Labour Party, even some sitting at the moment, benefited from the FinSac debacle. Hence, the Jamaica Labour Party who commissioned FinSac dismantled FinSac before FinSac could have produced a report. And then Nigel Clark come out here and I tell Dunce me we drop out of school, a basic school, say, me figure read the FinSac report, the FinSac archives, and come up with my own understanding. Nigel, me now go back in a classroom, me too old for that. Me too old for that, Nigel Clark. Me now go back in your classroom, go learn a FinSac education, because I know me can't count. I don't know, say 1 and 1 make 11 over here, so me not going to read your FinSac report to come up with my own understanding. Me will lean, thanks be and teach, me will lean upon the understanding of somebody else who understand better than me. Me no understand. If one don't understand it, why not spend so much of our money? And why I not want to spend more of our money on idiotness to take figure do study a FinSac after we spend so much money to produce our archives. We still have to go produce the report of our own. We have to go produce with FinSac report after we spend 170 million to collect the archives. We still need to pay to produce the report or produce it ourselves, as Nigel Clark tell we. Thank you all for being here this morning on your At a Glance program. Continue to support the Global Television Group by liking, sharing, subscribing, and following. Make sure when we release any videos as well on the platform, make sure you all watch the videos as well. Continue to support the brand so the brand can grow and the brand can continue to work for the people. Because, let me tell you something. If I was in the social media hawkery, if it was about purely money for me, I could be doing other things on social media to milk it. I have 2 monetized YouTube platforms. Another will be monetized probably before the year ends. If a lot of vloggers on social media have that much monetized platform to work with, they will be drilling you with a lot of nonsense of information and entertainment that doesn't benefit or uplift your social standing or your mental status or educate you or give you knowledge so you can go on a further research. So that's why we're asking you to support the program, because we're staying true to providing you with information that assists you to grow mentally and socially. We don't want to join in the normal media scenario and what social media have take on as providing you with entertainment. Me no P Diddy, all right? So me don't know how to entertain, no. It's about information and education. That's how we grow together. All right, so support the program. Continue to support whatever we do so we can continue to grow in the space and we can continue to produce these information where Cliff Hughes tell we lie about, Gleaner confuse we about, TVJ and CVM tell we lie about, or them bury the story or whatever. We not in the bury story over here. We not in the talk to please the politician and them big friends over here. We speak up for the people. That's what makes global television different. We are about the people. We not talk to suit a certain politician or a certain political narrative. We look at what is beneficial for the bigger group of us, not what's beneficial for JLP or what's beneficial for PNP, so that we've wasted too much time and too much of that. It's about time that we look out for ourselves and do better for ourselves. So thank you very much this morning for being here with us and the Global Television Group. First time back on camera in our studio for about 3 weeks. Thank you all very much for joining. Join us back later where we will bring you the Ralston Hyman argument and the FinSac and the economy and how everything is going. So remember to join us later. It will be 11 p.m. UK time. I think 6 p.m. Jamaica time and 5 p.m. Eastern time, I think. That's how it is. I think I'm learning how the timing works. Thank you all very much. And good morning and good afternoon from the Global Television Group.